Yeah.
But it's so funny, like whenever I teach lessons, like students, like Japanese people, we do have kind of peer pressure. So whenever others are quiet, you become quiet.
Yeah.
And when there's one talkative student, you become talkative as well.
Yeah.
So,
I,
so
I get really happily surprised when there'll be a room full of those students, but then there'll be one that just doesn't care. Like but it might take 5 more minutes to work that out. You realize, no, this person's like, we would say cheeky, like a little bit cheeky, like like yeah, whatever. Because I find that people are just people, and
Right.
so you might have grown up in Japan and you might be like that all the time, but when you dig down, you've just like me, like I sing in a band, right? I always think of the crowd as the same people. You every single time, no matter, even a comedian would say the same thing. You've got the people who say nothing there. You've got the pretty girls over there, that'll giggle, and they're always the same. You've got the tough guys up the back that will yell things at you. You've got these guys over here. It's always the same. People are people, no matter where you go,
Right,
and so
right.
you can adjust your comedy or your show to these different people. It's the same if there's only 5 people sitting at this table here. It's always the same. It just takes a little more time maybe in
Right.
Japan.
Right, right. Yeah.
How are you now?
Still nervous?
Are you?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know why, but like
you
it
listen-
feels like different,
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
all I've been doing is talking, which is what I always do.
Yeah. I do love talking, but it's quite different, like using microphone and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I need.
Yeah, but anyway.
Come on. Now.
Yeah, so like I started this Nido English school about 2 years ago here in Yokohama. And yeah, so one of the reasons is like, well, actually I'm not really interested in teaching English. Like more than that, just wanted to have fun because, you just live to have fun. And like people here in Japan, they work like a robot. Like they say, I don't have any day off, and then I gotta work, and my summer vacation is only 3 days. Like if you complain, you just start your own business. And then, so now like I guess every 3 months, I get 1 month off. So like, so I'm leaving to Indonesia in 2 weeks, and I'm gonna have like 1 month off, and yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it is possible.
yeah, and it's fun.
Yeah. Yep. I only came to that thought 1 year ago. That's when I first met you, actually, is because I went, hang on a minute, what I feel, I'm not religious. One chance at life. I can either be unhappy or just go do whatever I want, So I just created that. I didn't hurt anyone. I just went, no, this is what we're going to do. So I'm going to
Right.
move away for a little while and see the world.
Right.
It's really true. So, yeah, to think of all I don't even want to speak about it, but I know an old man
What?
who still works here in Japan. When he gets home, he just sits there in the same chair and watches TV. That's all he does. And everyone in the house ignores him.
How come?
Because it to me, it feels like he's been working 6 days a week his entire life. And the family have grown up in a different world to him. And Japanese men, they drink a little bit after work.
Right.
So
Everybody does.
Everyone does, yeah. So now he's really sort of old and just sits alone on his days off. And I went, whoa, looks horrible.
I know, like.
And if you let that happen, it'll go on forever.
I mean, like, if you like to work, like, that's totally fine. But, yeah, if you're going to have more fun, like, you got to change by yourself.
Yeah. What's Indonesia like?
Indonesia, perfect paradise island.
Yeah.
I used to work there for about 4 or 5 years.
Really? I didn't know this.
Oh, yeah, I did. So it's another reason I opened Nido. I wanted to, like, I used to work there for about 4 or 5 years, and then I was working for the orphanages, but working.
Really? The orphanages?
Uh-huh.
Is
It
that
was-
sad?
Yeah, like the backgrounds of the kids, like it's not always happy, but though kids are always beautiful, and then they always have a hope, and then, and yeah, I used to live there and work there, but at the same time, like I thought, they really need support about the money. So I thought I should start working here in Japan and earn some money, and then start doing donation.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I guess like it's been like almost 2 years since I opened here the Nido here, and this July, I forgot how much. Nido have donated about $10,000 to Bali.
Oh my god.
Yeah, from students' lesson and event fees this July, and 5 kids started going to elementary school, and the engagement lasts for 12 years.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I know. Like kids are so happy. I mean, like going to school is not the best way. Like kids, they can choose like what they want to do, but at least like if they want to go to school, like in Indonesia, they need money. Like even they have like love or kindness, whatever. If there's no money, they cannot go to school. So
is this based in Java?
Actually, it's Bali.
Bali. Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? See, Australians, you would know. How many you see Australians there every single day?
Like because they like surfing and
yeah,
it's like really like 2 hours to go to Bali, right?
Yeah, it's nothing. But I would, because I only went there for the first time recently.
Mm-hmm.
I would have thought that Australia should be doing what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like we're there all the time. We make all this noise in Bali.
But Japanese do travel as well.
Yeah, but to think, actually, do you know what?
What?
This is wrong.
What?
I wouldn't say this, but when I went to Bali, the Bali guys call Japanese girls chicken.
Yeah, they do.
Do you know this?
They do. Yeah.
I don't know what it means, but I heard them say, "Let's go get some chicken." I was like, "You bastards!"
But they do.
You lucky bastards. Yeah, right. So it's a popular thing. But going back to what you did, what you do, you know what I'm saying? Like here's a girl that worked in Bali for only 4 years, 5 years. Now you set up a shop here. You do whatever you like, but still send money back to Bali.
And also it was really fun. Like this July, because like I wanted to donate like the amount, the money to Bali. I set up like the Bali tour, English tour for students, and then 7 students joined the tour, and I took 7 students to Bali, and we spent there for about 2 weeks. And then we visited orphanages and then kind of like ecological tour. Yeah, so most of the students here in Nido, they like traveling, but they only know how to stay 5-star hotels.
Right,
like,
yeah,
they
you need
just
a guide.
You need a guide, and they just follow the guide, and then you just go to the World Heritages, take picture, and you feel satisfied and go home.
Yep.
And that's fine. That's one of the way to go on a trip, but you know, if you really want to get to know that country, you got to talk to the local people, eat local food, and then like surf with local people. So this time, I actually introduced like some of my friends, and we stayed in not 5-star hotels, but pretty neat place, and it was really fun. And then we spent one day with kids and things like that.
Yeah, it's really important. It's like me with Japan. Like I'm lucky enough, my wife takes me back to her parents' house. We don't go to what's it called? Odaiba?
Odaiba, yeah.
You know, where it's
Tokyo.
Yeah, but it's the tourist place.
It is.
You know, we'll go to a local ramen shop hours away, and I know Japan. I feel like I know just because of that. You know? So it'd be the same with you. You're taking these people to the back streets, and this is what you say and what you do. Yeah.
It's fun. Yeah. It was like really great for students because most of the students, like they've been studying English for about over 10 years, but though they have never traveled abroad.
Right.
It was they even told me that, oh, Nozomi, you know what? Like I've been studying English for 10 years, but it was my first time speaking English to non-Japanese people.
Ah, I see.
I mean, actually they've been like talking to Nido teachers, but
Yeah, but to be in another part of the world and actually asking for a drink somewhere. Yeah. That's where you really learn, isn't it? Like you know.
And like they realize I gotta study like harder, but at the same time you don't need to be perfect, you know. Like even I make mistake, people do understand. They never laugh at me and blah blah blah. And
well, it's all in the eyes anyway. Like when you get drunk,
right?
And you're talking to someone who you don't speak the language. Somehow you have this great night where you every single thing. It feels like everything was conversed. You know exactly what happened.
Yes, every night we drank a lot.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Yeah, we opened a lot of lot of like
arak,
wine.
Yeah,
yeah.
Why can't they? What's the system there? Why? why are these kids orphaned, or why isn't, like in Australia, the government or everyone pays a little more tax so that we at least have money coming from the government to the poorest people, the kids, like the orphanages.
There is a system like that, but there's like over 10,000 islands in Indonesia, and each islands have different system.
Right.
And actually, my boyfriend, he's from Indonesia, which is from Java Island, but he didn't even have his ID card. He wasn't. He does have parents and he does have family, but though, like when you are born in a small island or small village, like you don't even have passport, no ID, nothing to prove yourself. So
Wow.
So even there's the welfare system, whatever it is, like
Okay, but it's not that easy. It's not like one big Japan system.
no.
Wow, isn't that imagine? Wow. You know, we have that in Australia too with because we have Fiji and Islander kids. I remember at high school there'd be some Islander kids and they've got mustaches. And I didn't realise till later, like big men.
Okay.
It was the same reason. Because no one really knows the age. Like, you might look about 7 or 8, but you might be 10.
Right.
Because you don't have a passport, you don't have that sort of birth certificate or anything. Wow. So, okay, I remember this too. People in Bali don't trust people from Java. Have you heard that one?
Yeah, but that is true. Like,
why?
well, I think not everybody, like, okay, like, as I said, like, my boyfriend, he's from Java. He has lots, like, good Balinese friends, and, like, I know, like, they're really good friends. But though, like, my boyfriend, Arif, he always tells me, like, the thing is, like, Javanese and Balinese, we don't really get along because we live we're from different islands. It's kind of like people lives in, like, Americans and Canadians, or like
just
Japanese and Korean.
Yep.
Not
just
everybody,
something.
but you become kind of competitive
right.
and yeah.
Right. Yeah, because I couldn't work it out. I was just looking at the surf map. Well, they're just over there, but that's it. It's just nothing, really, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah. I had such a good time in Bali. I was only there for 2 nights.
Oh, only for 2 nights?
Yeah, and we went to a place called the Sunrise Bar.
Okay.
Or something. Sunset.
I don't know where it is, but yeah.
Coup d'etat.
Oh, coup d'etat. Yeah, it is.
Well, it's right next door to that one, I think, or something.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyway, it was hilarious. And you're going back there in a month?
Actually, in 2 weeks. Yeah. Yeah, and then I'm gonna stay there for a month. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, I'm gonna go there for about a month, and the thing is, like, I'm actually planning to start like Nido in Bali as well.
Wow.
Right now here in Japan, like, I do teach, well, not really teaching, but like I do have English school. But like when it comes to event or lessons, we always have fun and it's great. But it's only once a week or so. But I really want to like connect people and then like do workshops and everything. Like not only 1 hour, like more like longer time, like 1 day or 2 days, like more workshop style, or I don't know. Like, because I mean, like when I took students to Bali, we spent there for about 2 weeks, and then we could talk like a lot of things, and we could share so many things. It was completely different from 1 hour lesson.
Yeah.
And I thought it's more important to like eat and like surf and like enjoy time together, not only for an hour. So I want to start kind of like, I don't know, like B&B in Bali.
Yeah. What a great idea. Because I always say that when I come to Japan, it takes my brain 3 days to stop saying yes and no. Because my brain starts to say hi and, like just the simple yes and no. I still think like an Australian for 3 days. But then there comes a time where I become Japanese, and then after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I actually dream about Japanese people I see.
Wow.
Yeah. I've been coming here so many times. I've worked this out, So to be a Japanese person learning English in the Nido school here in Yokohama, it'd be difficult. I actually applaud these people for like...
Right. No, I mean, like, what I'm saying is, like, not only about English, like, the concept of here in Nido is, like, English, of course, but more than that, I want students to broaden their horizons, and then I want them to have more fun, and I want them to know there's, like, more beautiful things in the world,
Yeah,
And,
cool.
like, only doing lessons or event is not enough. Like, I would like them to experience, like, organic farming or... I don't know, like...
Yeah, the whole world. That's cool. That's really cool. That's really cool. But yeah, to take people to... you could even... so what... In Indonesia, what language did you speak?
on Indonesian.
Yeah.
And also, if you're in Bali, Balinese.